Live now look there over the Mississippi River, about 2 hours from there. Major train derailment today in Wisconsin, several injuries reported. We want to get an update on this from down on the ground as well. As we have been following this story today, we're going to be speaking to one of our reporters down on the ground there on the riverside and get a better sense of how this train derailment happened. We believe, though, this was a cargo train. It was not a passenger train, but it did derail right there on the riverside near DeSoto, Wisconsin. Joining us now from there is Fox News multimedia reporter Mills Hayes from the scene. Mills, good to see you. You kind of raced there once this was all unfolding. Who have you spoken to in the interim, and is the NTSB investigating?
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, so we actually were able to hear from the hazmat team, and we also heard from the local fire chief and the county's emergency management team. And, you know, they have been out here all day. This train derailment happened around 12:15, so around lunchtime. And we know that 20 cars were involved. I was able to take a look at some of the drone footage that some people out here took, and you can see where the land underneath the railroad actually washed away, and that there is some of that railroad that is in the Mississippi River. And for some of you that don't live around here, you might not know, but the Mississippi River is very high right now. We're experiencing spring flooding. We had a lot of snow this winter, and of course, now that it's spring, that snow is melting and getting into the Mississippi River. And that drone footage shows that the river was inches away from those railroad tracks. Spoke to some people that live in the area that tell me that they don't think that the railroad, that any train should have been on the tracks because of how bad the flooding was. Now, we don't know exactly what caused it yet, but we're working to figure that out. I spoke with that fire chief earlier, who tells me that he's concerned. And anytime a train derailment is happening now, they're concerned because immediately people are thinking of East Palestine.
There's no telling what actually got hurt and what didn't get hurt and what's leaking and all the things that run through your mind, because we don't have the capacity for a major event, you know, where we have spillage and stuff like that. We don't have nothing immediately.
And Andrew, keep in mind, this is a very small town. DeSoto, Wisconsin has about 350 residents. They don't have the resources to handle something like this. So the railroad, BSNF, has come in. Their team is on the ground working. They'll be working all night. We know that there has been some fuel that has spilled into the Mississippi River. There was some concern about there being lithium batteries. They tell us that no batteries have gone into the river as of yet, but they are monitoring the situation and trying to clean it up in the next couple of hours. But obviously, this is going to be a long process that may take days, Andrew.
Yeah, so Mills, what you're saying is, I guess, the toxicity or lack thereof, or at least the threat of, has somewhat been mitigated right now to the wider human population.
Right, Andrew, that's what they tell us. And keep in mind, there hasn't been any evacuation here either. And I've seen multiple people from the community come up and take a look at this derailment. I mean, when you look at it, it is really shocking. And the people that live here in this community, they tell me that they were nervous because after East Palestine, that train derailment there in Ohio happened, living so close to a railroad track, they were just waiting for something like this to happen here. And so thankfully, no one was, exposed to any hazardous material. And there were 2 injuries, but we're told they're non-life threatening. So that is good news there.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask about that next. Were those crew members on the train itself? Those weren't, just citizens near the tracks. Were there those injuries? Do we know that?
No, Andrew, they were not just citizens. They were crew members that were on the train at the time. They were taken away in an ambulance, ground transportation, after the train derailment happened around lunchtime. So they've been, their injuries, they've been seen by healthcare providers over the past few hours. And we're told as of now that everyone is okay. We're going to continue to get updates from the emergency management team here, though, on their conditions.
All right, Mills Hayes, great reporting there. And we'll talk again. Thanks so much.